In this video, I'm going to bring you one step closer to deciding what type of African safari is right for your family by answering the question, why does luxury matter? Do I need a luxury safari? I'm Karen Tatum, and I'm committed to helping families take vacations that bring them closer to each other and to the world. Three things to think about when you're deciding what type of African safari to take. All right, number one, first thing to consider is it important to you that you are in a private area, that there aren't a lot of people around while you're out viewing the wildlife that I'm sure is important for you to see? So when you're considering a luxury vacation, there are African safari companies that have privately leased pieces of land. So that means when you're staying with them and you are off on your game drive and you're out looking at a herd of elephants, or you are experiencing the excitement of seeing cheetahs who are having their dinner close up, does it matter to you that you would be the only vehicle in the area, the only group of people in the area? If it does matter to you, then you're going to want to consider that luxury experience, because that comes along, the privacy that comes along with the word luxury or five-star African safari experience. Number two is, does it matter if you are super comfortable or not when you are on your long game drives? So obviously, an important part of an African safari is going out into the bush and finding where the animals are and, being in their natural habitat and watching them. Oftentimes that can take a couple of hours. You might be driving in very small dirt roads, more like trails, and you're bouncing around in a vehicle, and it can be for hours. Oftentimes a game drive on my last trip, we were out for 4 or 5 hours. And so it was really important to me that my back was comfortable and that I was warm enough and that I had something to drink and eat while we were out on these long trips. If that matters to you, then you're going to want to consider luxury. You want to ask, what type of safari vehicle is there? Is there a lot of padding on the seats? Am I going to be comfortable when I'm out for hours, or am I going to be not looking forward to going out on that game drive? I mean, that's why you're there. You want to be comfortable, right? You want your kids to be comfortable, because there's nothing worse than being out on a game drive and having your kid, I'm uncomfortable, like it's too cold, or I'm thirsty, or whatever. So yes, that's the second thing to consider, is the comfort of the safari vehicle itself and what the five-star experience feels like with that in mind. And number three, near and dear to my heart, is when you are traveling with a luxury African safari company, you can choose a company that does really good things with that money that you're spending. So when I go on vacation, I want to know that my travel dollars are making a difference, a positive impact on the place that I am traveling to. And so there are luxury safari companies that are making huge impacts. For example, I was recently with Wilderness Safaris, and they have their tourism arm where you're having that five-star experience as a vacationer in a Southern African country. But that experience, those dollars actually fund their two other arms. So they have a wildlife conservation company called the Wildlife Trust, and then they have Children in the Wilderness. And these two arms are being funded by your vacation dollars. So that five-star experience is actually funding the opportunity for a young child living in the area to actually get to come into the camps 1 week a year. They get to come, they get to be educated about wildlife, they get to be taken care of, and it really makes a huge impact on their lives. And so you can feel really good about spending, that 5-star amount of money, because the impact that you're having on the country is just amazing. Okay, well, I hope you have found that helpful as you're considering whether or not you are interested in a luxury African safari. If you would leave a comment and let me know what you're thinking. Does it matter to you? Does it not matter to you? I would love to hear. And if you keep watching, my next video in this series on safaris is all about what a day looks like when you are on an African safari. So keep on watching and I'll see you over there.